Welcome to the Phoenix Zone and all things Cayman. I'm Phoenix Singh, and I am very pleased to be at the CIFA Center for Excellence. Today, we'll be meeting with the president of the Cayman Islands Football Association, Mr. Alfredo Whittaker. Come on in. Good afternoon, Mr. Alfredo.
Good afternoon, welcome.
We are here with Mr. Alfredo, the president of the Cayman Islands Football Association. So, Cayman football has been around for an extremely long time. So, what do you think were some milestones in the history of Cayman football?
I would say a part of many important legend players that visit Cayman, such as Pele and different Brazilian clubs, important clubs that came and visit. I would say the win that we had many years ago against Jamaica. That is one of the highlights of the history of the Cayman Islands. However, I would add more than my time as a player. We had some important moments when we drew against Jamaica, when Jamaica was coming right off the World Cup in Japan and Korea. We played them here and we drew 0-0. Jamaica had all of the World Cup players. The coach at the time, Mr. Rene Simoes, was not too happy, so he decided that he wanted to play a second game. And unfortunately for us, we lost in the 89th minute with a goal from Dion Burton, that was the star of Jamaica team at the time. The following week, we play against Trinidad and Tobago, also that had qualified to that World Cup, and they came with all of the stars. And we had Truman Bud completely oversold. The history of Cayman football is rich. We had some very important players in Cayman that at the time could have played in any international league. Unfortunately, for them, because of different reasons, they never did made it, except for Mr. Lee Ramon, that was the player that carried that flag for Cayman, and Mr. Renard Moxham, that also played in Toronto many years ago. So Cayman history in football is rich. Some very important results at the Caribbean level and very important visits from different teams and different players to the Cayman Islands.
So, why do you think the CIFA program is so important?
The programs are successful and good because we start at a very young age. The players start at age 12. They have the opportunity to participate internationally at the first time on a U14 tournament. And the following year, they participate at a U15 tournament. And the following year, they go into World Cup qualifiers. That would be U17. And the following year, after the U17, they participate in a U20 World Cup qualifiers. And after that, you're going to have a large group of young players playing in our Premier League or in our second division and getting ready. Many of them now are part of the senior men national team. Some of the players that have more talent and obviously dedicated to their studies, get the opportunity to get a scholarship to go to different schools in the US, in the UK, in Canada, with a large number now of international games, with more experience, and that give them a jump start over other players or other students that just getting enrolled in the program. So that's the reason why we have those CIFA programs are so successful and so needed at this time.
So, what are your favorite accomplishments for CIFA?
My favorite one is that financially, the Cayman Islands Football Association on my election was completely broke. We had zero monies to do anything, to start any program, to participate in any international games. Actually, when I get elected, the senior men national team and the senior women's national team, and also some U20s and so, had stopped participating internationally for over 5 years, 6 years at some point. And now, since my election, constantly and continuously, we had participated in every single tournament that has been organized by the Caribbean Football Union, by CONCACAF, and by FIFA. The association now is in a position where we have full-time coaches, we have full-time staff. We're in the process of start building 2 more fields. The Cayman Islands is going to be one of the only small, medium, or even now into the big nations that will own 3 football fields, their property. We're going to soon have a mini stadium with seating capacity of 1,500 people. And then next 2 years from now to 3 years, I would expect to have the Center for Excellence completely built with dorms and good facilities for the football family in the Cayman Islands and other sports too, not only football. So that is my major accomplishment, to have the football back and running normal, to increase almost in 200% participation of players now in the league, especially at the female part. We only had 3 teams at the time. Now this year we have 8. We only had 1 division at the time. Now we have 2 different divisions, and the large number of youth players. So that has been one of my major accomplishments as the president of the association.
Congratulations on all those accomplishments.
Thank you.
So, what are your goals for the future for Cayman football?
One of my immediate goals is for the team to qualify to a Gold Cup. Is for one of our youth teams, U17 boys, U17, U20 boys to qualify to the final round. The girls constantly do it. The boys haven't been able to get it there. My goal is to have all of these facilities completely developed, immediate goal, completely developed, where we could pretty much go and do things on our own, and we don't have to depend on the government to grant us permission to use the facilities that sometimes they book with different sports activities. So we could have and organize and execute better. So that's immediate goal.
So, how do you think sports like football helps develop leadership skills?
The combination of sports with education is always key to success in leadership. And one of the reasons why is because once you play sports, every player should become a leader, directing, advising, giving direct orders, and he needs his team to follow him. Could be the goalkeeper, could be a defender, could be a midfielder, could be a striker. Once you get young players in that position, where they're good in school, where they're good on the field, they become disciplined, and then they have a better mindset on what it is to become a leader. So not only football, but sports in general are key to create good leaders and create even better good citizens.
Thank you so much for joining the Phoenix Zone, and good luck on all your future goals for CIFA.
Thank you, my pleasure.
I hope you have enjoyed the second part of our discussion with CIFA President, Mr. Alfredo Whittaker. You can also check out part 1 of our interview on my YouTube channel, The Phoenix Zone and All Things Cayman. If you enjoyed this episode, please share, like, and subscribe.